Hello. Hi, everyone. Can someone please confirm if you can hear my voice and see my screen properly? Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, great. We'll just wait for a minute or so for others to join. Uh, okay, Sumit, is it better now? Or is everyone getting the same problem? Voice is low. Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, so we'll start the session today, and at the end of the session, we'll take the questions. So today we are going to discuss about option keywords, how to write option strategies on Tradetron, and what will be the useful keywords which you can use to build your strategy to related to date, time, expiry, strike selection, finding a particular strike based on delta or based on LTP. If you want to refer underlying price of any particular instrument while trading, when your strategy is checking condition, you can do that. And how to apply trading stop loss on portfolio level or on individual legs that uh, you're going to trade in your strategy. So before discussing about the keywords, I'll quickly explain the flow of the strategy creation. So any strategy can have one or more sets. So every set has an entry condition, exit condition, and repair condition. Exit condition doesn't have any position block. Entry and repair conditions has position blocks. So whatever positions you add here will get executed when entry condition are satisfied. Similarly, for repair, positions will be taken only when conditions are satisfied. There are two types of repairs, repair once and repair continuous. Difference is repair once is executed only once. Uh, I mean, this condition is get checked. Once it is satisfied, positions are taken. This condition will not be checked until exit has happened and new entry has been taken by this set. And in repair continuous, it will keep on checking the same condition again and again and take the positions every time this condition is satisfied. Like this, you can add multiple sets to your strategy. So it will keep on adding like set 2, set 3. And on top of it, you can have a universal exit condition as well, which works across all the sets. Okay, so we'll start with the daytime keywords. So let's say if you want to select compare today, if you want to trade only on expiry day, so you can write a condition saying if today is equal to current week expiry or current month expiry if you are trading with monthly or weekly future options based on your requirement. You can write a condition to compare today's date with current expiry date. If this is true, then it will take the position. Then let's say if you want to take trade 5 days before expiry or 10 days before monthly expiry. So how to do that? So you can write conditions using days difference keyword. So this keyword basically takes difference between date 2 and date 1. So if I write here today and date 2 is current month expiry, let's say. Here I have to select the exchange and here I have to select the instrument name. So let's say if I select Nifty Bank. So if days difference is greater than 10 or it is less than 10. So whenever this condition is satisfied, then only you want to take the trade. So like this, you can use this keyword as well. Also, we have time keyword. So let's say if you want to take trade only on day of expiry, but after 12 p.m. let's say. So you can just write a condition, time should be greater than 12 p.m. like this, or 1:30, so it will be like this. So you can add these rules or this rules. You can add multiple groups in condition builder, which can have sub logical blocks. So you can apply a logical operator of or and whatever you need on particularly these three rules, and it with a major block here. You can easily drag and drop your rules in and out of a block to write complex conditions where you can have different set of conditions. So let's say if I want to add these three conditions and this three different rules, I can do it easily from here. So just add one more group, keep dragging your rules in this, make and of this. So this two major groups are getting odd here, and these two individual rules are getting and here. Okay, so like this you can create any rule, any condition, no matter how complex it is. Now we'll go to position creation part. So with one condition, you can add one or more legs. So with the same condition, you can take multiple trades. Like if you want to sell straddle or strangles, or buy straddle or strangles, or if you want to do a calendar spread or just a bull spread, you can do that kind of strategy using the position builder, and you can add multiple positions in the same position block. So let's see how you can do that. So I'm selecting NFO as exchange. I select call. Says we want to trade Nifty intraday. By default, ATM is selected. Here I can select number of lots. So I just added this position. Similarly, I can add a put. Again, you have to select the underlying MIS order, ATM strike, one lot again, and add. So like this, you can add multiple such positions. If you have a 3-leg strategy, 4-leg strategy, you can add n number of legs you want. Now let's try to modify the strike prices. So you can either select any of these strikes, or you can select FX, which stands for formula builder. Here you can select a strike which is 3 steps away from current ATM. So if I select Nifty and 2, so it will go 2 steps out of the money. If current price or ATM of Nifty is 9,000 and I write here 2, so it will select 9,100. If I write 1, it will be 9,050. Similarly, if I want to go in the money in call side, so I can write -2, so it will select 8,900 strike. So like this, you can use ATM keyword to select a particular strike. Also, you can select a strike based on price. So let's say if you want to short or buy a put which is close to 100 rupees LTP, a strike which is trading at 100 rupees, let's say. So you can do it from FX, use find strike keyword, write underlying name, Nifty 50. Based on what value, you can select a strike based on delta. If you want to select, let's say 30 delta option, you can do that as well. Here we want to select it based on LTP. So I'll select LTP as field, and how LTP will come from a number keyword. Option type is put, and whether you want to select a strike which is lesser than the given LTP or greater than, you can select that as well. So if I select lesser, then it will select a strike which is less than 100, that's it, but nearest to 100 and less than 100. From here, you can change the expiry type to current month or current week. We'll keep it monthly for now. And in number, you can select a number. So this keyword will give you the strike price of a particular option, which is trading nearest to 100 rupee value. If you want to do it on delta, so just go to FX using the same fine strike. Instead of LTP, we'll select delta. Delta is in delta range is basically 0 to 1. So if you want to select 40 delta option, so it will be 0.4. So delta is positive for calls and negative for puts. So as this is a put option, I'll select minus 0.4. So this will give strike of a 0.4 delta put, basically. Yeah. So as we have seen this formula builder for strike, now we'll go to the expiry part. You can select current week, current month expiry directly, or a particular expiry if you want. But you can also put a formula to select next expiry, next week expiry, or next month expiry. Let's see how to do that. Go to FX, select current week expiry keyword. Here you can select Nifty 50. So 1 will give you next expiry, 0 stands for current week expiry. 1 will give you next expiry. Similarly, 2 will give next to next expiry, like that. So similar way, monthly expiry also works. So you can use current month expiry also here. Format is same. So 1 will stand for next expiry, next month expiry, basically. Also, many people have a question like whether if they select current week expiry and if it's monthly expiry this week, so which expiry date it will select. So current expiry keyword will always select nearest expiry. So be it monthly expiry or weekly expiry, it will just select the nearest expiry which is going to happen. So on 22nd, it will be 28th, which is the next expiry we have, right? Okay, so we have seen strike selection and expiry selection. Now, how to fetch? Let's say you have created this call and put. Now you want to put an exit 100 points away in Nifty spot when Nifty spot moves 100 points away from its entry point. So let's say this got traded at 9:30 in the morning. What was the 9:30 spot price of Nifty 50? If you want to use this value as your exit condition, so how to do that? Let's see. So we have a keyword called last repaired underlying price. Select the underlying name here, Nifty 50. So this keyword will basically return you the price of Nifty 50 spot when the entry was taken or any repair condition was triggered. Similarly, we have entry underlying price as well. So if you want to fetch the price at the time of entry, you can use entry underlying price, or if a repair condition is triggered, then you can use last repaired price. So at the time of entry, both keywords will return the same value, but if a repair has happened, then you must use last repaired underlying price. So let's say you want to write a condition and compare LTP of Nifty 50. So if LTP is greater than last repaired price plus a number, let's say 100, then you want to take some action. So whenever this thing happens, you can take some other position to manage the profit and loss in this particular positions that you have taken in entry. Let's say if you want to buy a future here, so you can do that. So whenever this condition is true, and as soon as this gets traded, now this last repaired price will change to current LTP of or current price of Nifty spot, Nifty index. So next time when this condition is checked, let's say if you select repair continuous, and when you check this condition, it will be true only when Nifty spot will move by 100 points from here once this condition was satisfied. Now we will see how we can put stop loss or how to fetch the price of particular leg which got traded. So this call and put got traded here. How to get the price of this particular call, at what price it got executed, and if you want to put a stop loss or target profit on this individual leg. So let's see it in universal exit, or we can add a repair once. So traded instrument is the keyword which gives you price or strike information. So let's say if you want to exit when LTP crosses or breaches a particular strike, so you can use strike. Or if you want to fetch the price at which that instrument was traded, you can select price there. Select the underlying. Now, based on how many sets you have in your strategy, you have to select the set number. So this is set number 1. So I'm selecting set number 1 here. Condition number for entry, it will be 1. If you have multiple repairs in your strategy, then based on the order of this repair of which you want to fetch the price, you have to write the condition number. So if you have 3 repair conditions in your strategy and you want to fetch the traded price of an instrument in second repair, so you will write 2 here. As it's an entry condition, and an entry condition is only 1 per set, so I'll write 1. And we have 2 legs in this strategy's entry condition. So to fetch the price of call, I'll select 1. If I want to select put, I would have selected 2 in legs here. So this will return me put price. Now let's say if you want to compare it with LTP, so if this price plus, and I want to put 20 rupee profit on this, so I'll compare it with LTP. In LTP, I'll again select traded instrument name. Here I have to define again the same numbers to fetch the name of the instrument which got traded, because as you are selecting a strike based on ATM or Nifty spot, so this value may change. So you cannot use the same formula here. You have to fetch the particular instrument that was traded. Let's say if you trade and trade ATM started at 9,000 and now current price is 9,100. So you cannot take 9,100 call here for your calculation. It has to be 9,000 strike, which you actually traded. So to fetch that, you can use this. Okay, we want to put a target profit, so this will be greater than, and leg will be 2 because we are doing it for put. So this keyword will return me the last traded price of traded instrument out of the 2 legs, and this keyword will return actual price at which it was traded while entry was taken. Similarly, you can write one more condition. You can also copy paste blocks to write similar kind of conditions. So this will save your time. Here, what we'll do is we'll just change the leg number, and this condition will be applied for call. And whatever position you want to add. Also, we'll discuss like how to create delta neutral strategies, or let's say if you want to, if you have created an option portfolio and you want to make it delta neutral at some delta threshold. So let's say if you have bought 10 lots of call, 10 lots of put, and now you want to calc gamma. So how to do it? So you can just use these keywords. Net delta is a keyword which returns the total delta of your strategy. So whatever positions are taken in Nifty futures and options, it will return what is total delta combined uh, of this underlying. If net delta is greater than a particular number, let's say uh, 3 lots, so 4 lots, sorry. So 300 will be the quantity. If net delta crosses 300, then you want to short Nifty future to make it delta neutral. So you can write Nifty 50 here, current month. And quantity again will be a formula. And to calculate the quantity required to make the portfolio delta neutral, you can use keyword delta neutral. Here you just have to input the instrument underlying name, which you want to make delta neutral, and instrument using which you are trying to neutralize the delta. You can use call or put as well, but for simplicity, we'll use Nifty here. But you can also make strategy delta neutral based on using calls and puts if you want. So like this, as I have added one condition to make delta neutral when net delta goes positive. Similarly, you can add one more repair continuous. If net delta is less than minus 300, then you will buy Nifty future. So like that, you can add delta neutral conditions in your strategy. And if you want to put stop loss or target profit at strategy level, that you can do using PNL keyword. So if PNL is greater than 5,000, let's say, for the strategy, I want to exit all the positions. Or if PNL goes below a number, let's say minus 3,000, still I want to exit all the positions from this strategy. So this PNL basically will return PNL profit and loss for combined positions, whatever positions are open in this particular strategy, or whatever positions have been taken for this strategy cycle after entry. Once universal exit is satisfied, your strategy status will change to exited, and all the open position in the strategy will be exited in one go. You can also apply a trailing stop loss for your strategy. So if I say after 2,000 rupees profit, bring my trailing stop loss to cost. Now if PNL goes below zero, it will exit all the positions. After 2,000, at every 2 rupee increase in profit, increase my trailing stop loss by 1 rupee, let's say. So at 3,000, my trailing stop loss will stand at 500 rupees. At 4,000, it will stand at 1,000 rupees. So this is it from my side for now. If you have any questions, or if you have tried creating any strategies on options and want to write a particular condition and not able to do it, just let me know. We'll be happy to answer your query. Yeah, so Ankit have a question which is non-option based. Of course, you can ask it. It can be based on some indicator which can be used for options as well. No, Ankit, we do not have any way to store any variable during the day. I mean, during any strategy. Only runtimes variable like last repaired price, last repaired underlying price, these variables are available. Okay, I try to unmute you. I think you have to raise hand and I can unmute you from there. Hello. Yeah, Ankit. Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So my question is that sometimes we see all these gap days. So let's say there's a strategy condition which says that if there's a gap day, which will be checked by the open in the morning or the first candle close, let's say 9:15 or 10 a.m. whatever, and
Okay.
on the basis of that, it wants to take a trade at, let's say, last candle, or let's say before close. So at the, let's say at 3:15 or 3 p.m., it needs to check that whether today morning candle was a green candle or a red candle, or something of that
Yeah, you
sort.
can do that. I mean, we have a keyword called ORB, which stands for Open Range Break keyword, in which
Okay.
you can give a particular time frame and open high low close for that particular time frame will be stored, which you can use anytime during that strategy cycle to check the condition. So there is
So,
already a strategy created on that. A video is there on our videos channel.
okay.
So you can use that to store open high low close between 9:15 to 9:30 for any, let's say, Nifty future, and you can compare open to close and see whether that candle was green or red.
And I can select time, as in if I want to store, let's say, first 30 minutes or first
Yeah, you
45.
can. Yeah, that time is flexible. You can select any particular time range.
Okay, I'll play around with that a bit then. I think that was one of the questions. Thank
Sorry.
you.
Okay.
I said I will play around with that a
Cool.
bit.
Cool.
I'll look into your
Sure.
webinar. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Hello. Yeah, Mr. Tyagi. Oh, Mr. Tyagi, I'm not able to unmute you for some reason. Uh, yeah. Hello. Hello, Mr. Tyagi. You there? Okay. Hello, Anurag.
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. So my query is like, let's say I want to compare 2 days price or maybe 3 days price. So just to follow the trend. So for example, I want to trade tomorrow and I want to see which is the highest price between today and yesterday, right? So I
Okay.
want to buy above that, and
Okay.
maybe whatever is the lowest possible price between today and yesterday, I want to sell below that with some buffer. Let's say my buffer could be 0.10 or maybe 0.15%. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing, let's say if this trade is possible, I want to trade in 2 lots or maybe 4 lots, and then I'm going to place a target of 1.5% from my buy price or from my sell price. Once that price is achieved, the target price is achieved, then I would like to square off 50% of the position, and 50% of the position I would like to trail. So this is a second situation. And third situation is I want to place my stop loss uh, from the buy price. It is going to be 1.5%. I mean 1:1, and from sell also it is going to be 1.5%. So which is 1:1. One
Okay.
more.
So I'll
One.
just take one step at a time.
Yeah.
So first question was how will you select highest high between today or previous day?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you can use max as a keyword. Here you can select position, position. So in both you will have to select high. So okay. So if you put 0, this will give you today's high. And in second, you have to select -1. So it will give you previous day's high. And whatever maximum, it will return you that. This is one way to do it, max or min.
Okay.
Other way is you can again start with position keyword, select highest high value
Uh-huh.
for how many last previous candles you want to select the highest high. Just mention that, and it will give you that. So let's say for 2 period you want current day and previous day.
Okay.
So this will give you highest high value. Around this you can build your condition.
Okay.
Your second condition was, I think, based on the value of the credit or debit that you have taken in the position while taking entry, right?
No, not really. So second condition is that whatever is the highest high or lowest low price,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take a buffer of 0.15%, let's say. I want to buy above that or sell below that.
That you can do only with the previous high, because current day high will be constantly changing. So you cannot use that. But yeah, if your entry is based on previous day highs breakout, then definitely you can write a condition with LTP greater than, or LTP of that particular instrument, or this thing greater than previous high.
Mm-hmm. So you
Multiplied by any number.
So you mean to say that that buffer what I want to keep is not possible?
Buffer on previous day you can put that, but on
No, so
current
on
high
the highest high, let's say highest high is 100 rupees,
mm-hmm.
and then I want to take a buffer of 0.15%, means 100 rupees 15 paisa. Above that, once the price is crossing that 100 rupees 15 paisa, then only my position should be activated. It should be going into buy. The order should be filled.
Yeah, so if it is based on previous day high, it will be possible. Anyways, I think you can write your specific requirement on support@tatron.tech. We will definitely answer to your query.
Okay.
Um,
So can I write my full concept and then they will support me?
yeah, sure. Or you can just write your conditions on questionnaire.patron.tech, and we will send you the strategy requirement details. Yeah, I just put it on
Fine.
start.
Sure.
So yeah, you can go to this link and just put your strategy requirement details. We'll get back to you with how it can be done.
Great, Vikram. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions?
That's it from my side. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so if you have any other questions related to this, please write to us at support@patron.tech. We'll be happy to answer your queries. And thanks for attending this session. Happy weekend. Bye.